Hello, and welcome to Glow, Gina's Lifestyle of Wellness. I'm Gina Santangelo, and as always, I promise to keep it short and sweet so we can connect, learn, and reach higher together. I hope you had a wonderful week and you are ready for the information I have for you today. Let's begin with a short meditation to set our intentions, become completely present, and receive this information I am bringing to you. Take a deep cleansing breath. Fill your lungs and know the air is traveling to all points in your body. Hold briefly. Exhale. Let today's worries, to-dos, annoyances, and even triumphs drift away. Give yourself this moment. Envision a single light that shines warmly from your head to toes. Feel its safety, its guidance, its love. This time is yours for growth, new perspectives, for new possibilities. Be open, be love. Ready? In the age of social media and friending, it only makes sense that food joins in. Today's topic is fascinating and possibly something that you are not even familiar with. But whether it is a new concept for you or not, it is a crazy important one. And with that intro, let me begin our topic of food combining, also known as food friending. The basic premise is this. When it comes to optimal nutrition, it is not only what you eat, it's what you choose to eat together and the order in which you send it down. This is all about harmonious food choices. Foods that work together, aka those that should be eaten at the same time, are called compatible foods. Some foods are compatible, while other foods are meant to be eaten alone. And there is a majorly important reason for this. Your digestive system. It is powerful, it is important, and it is highly specialized. Its goal is to get healthy foods, absorb maximum nutrients, and eliminate waste as quickly as possible. In order to achieve this goal, we need to understand which foods will digest in harmony, compatible foods, and which will not. Here's the deal. Our bodies are continually stressed from antibiotics, processed foods, toxins, pollution, pasteurization, and hectic lifestyles. If we don't get smart about claiming the greatest nutrition we cheat ourselves out of good health, happiness, and literally being our best selves. When healthy eating, excellent nutrient absorption, and quick elimination is achieved, and we are unstoppable. When it is not, well, here comes trouble, right? The very concept of food combining may feel overwhelming. That's totally okay. All I ask is that you keep an open mind. Learn that this is a possibility and listen to the basics. It's never all or nothing. Use what you can and do what feels best for your body. An open mind and a little curiosity go a long way. So about that digestive system, it will react to each specific food you send down with an appropriate enzyme release. It's incredible. But when you eat incompatible foods, those that don't combine well, your digestive system becomes confused. Here's the gross part. Food can literally get stuck and then ferment, which can lead to excess sugars, yeast, toxins, and a weakened immune system. So are you feeling a little bit sluggish lately? Perhaps you're combining foods that should not be eaten together. When you eat healthy food combos, you can have an increased energy, less gas, reduced bloat, more radiant skin and hair, and improved overall health. It's a win. There's no doubt that digestion utilizes lots of energy. Efficient digestion gives you all the nutrients, and still there is energy left over for cleaning out toxins and replenishing cells. Okay, there's one more little thing, which is really, well, it isn't little at all. The very best food pairing isn't solely about combining the right foods. It's also about the order in which you send the food down. Okay, so don't freak out on me here. Let's move on to the concrete. I provide detailed charts and helpful tips in my Eat Clean, Live Free book, but for now I'm going to give you a few basic food combining guidelines. However, at the end of the day, you get to decide what works and feels best for your unique body. Here are the food friending basics. Do they or don't they pair well? Ready? How about veggies and proteins? Yes, they combine well. Veggies and fats? Yes, eat them together. And when I mean fats, I mean vegetable fat of some sort, like olive oils and vegetable-based oils that are healthy, and nuts, like different types of fat sources from nuts. Okay, veggies and starches. Yes, that's another win. Fats and starches, and again, remember the fat types. Yes, and that's all the way you can do that. Starches and starches. Mix, match, and enjoy. Fruits, with the exception of melon and raw greens. That's another yes. So see, it isn't so bad, right? Fats and proteins. This combo is okay in moderation, okay? So like I would say, like if you're going to have a piece of salmon, I wouldn't have avocado with that. That's a little strong. You can get away with like olive oil, but I wouldn't go as far as having the avocado with it. Starches and proteins, no go. Seriously, they are not a good match. And proteins, another no. So stick to one animal protein at a time. Now, here comes a little order enlightenment. Always start with something alkaline. So for breakfast, consider a piece of ripe fruit or juice. Before lunch or dinner, grab a raw veggie salad and proceed to the main course. The fiber will allow your body to better digest. Now, I want to go back for a second and talk about the melon. Melon should always be eaten alone. And it should be eaten alone about a half an hour before anything else is consumed. So here's a random yet critical piece of food friending philosophy. Always eat your fruit on an empty stomach. Now, why, you might ask, and I'll tell you. Fruit is a fast mover in the body. I'm talking swift motion through the digestive system. But other foods are not so fast. So when you toss your carbs and proteins in with fruit, the fruit gets stuck, waiting for the rest to digest. The longer the fruit waits, the more it ferments, making it less nutritious for you. So send your fruit down first and feel free to combine it with some raw green veggies. Unless the fruit is a melon, right? We talked about that a couple minutes ago. It is recommended that melon should be eaten alone for optimal nutrition and digestion. It's kind of a bummer because, the prosciutto and melon is off the menu here. So if you're going to improperly food combine, I suggest you do it at night when your body does not have to have as much energy. And if it is bogged down, it's at night when you're resting. and your energy level drops a little. So sometimes we do poorly food combine, and that is absolutely fine, but do it at the latter part of the day, not at the peak of the day when you need the peak of your energy. That's a really important point there. And then even more specific in my book, I go into the acid and subacid and sweet categories of fruit. But the bottom line is to listen to your body. If you feel well eating different types of fruit together, then bon appetito. If you do not, then switch it up according to your unique reactions. The best meal is what works best for you. As I mentioned earlier, proteins and starches do not mix well. And yes, there is a scientific reason. Fleshy proteins like fish, meat, and eggs lead to increased pepsin and hydrochloric acid, creating an acidic environment. Starchy foods spark enzymes that create a more alkaline environment. Mixing them creates a neutralizing effect to the digestive halt. The food goes nowhere, and you get the sensation of lead in your stomach. Kind of like after Thanksgiving, right? You get that coma, that food coma. So that's kind of what's going on. So eat your proteins with non-starchy or ocean veggies for a smoother sailing. Give yourself about 3 hours between eating a protein and starch. I know that's hard, but do the best you can. So what I do with my son is if I'm going to give him rice and then he's going to have a protein, sometimes what I'll do is I'll give him some rice as his snack, like a brown rice, as a snack, or when he first gets home before dinner, and then he's running around playing, and then a little while later, I'll add the protein in, maybe like an hour to 2 hours. I know I said 3, but I do the best I can with him because he's young and he's a child. For myself, I'm very strict with that. Like I'll do rice or quinoa of some sort with vegetables, and I won't have the protein together. Okay? So give yourself that 3 hours. Also, don't mix animal proteins. So choose your fish or chicken, but not your fish and your chicken together. So no surf and turf, right? And here's another fact about animal protein. We like foods that travel quickly. So when choosing our animal proteins, remember that fish moves the fastest, then poultry, then finally ground meats. The slowest is steak. It will crawl through your digestive system. So you want to make sure that if you're going to have steak, you have a good salad first, some type of a sauteed spinach or kale or a mixed veggie. You can have the steak. Always choose grass-fed, right? And you'll have that last. And make sure you don't end the dinner with the berries, because a lot of women think, I'll just have the berries, I'm not having dessert. But that's where you get in trouble. You wind up putting the berries behind the steak, and before you know it, you're making wine in your body. I mean, you're literally bloating, it causes all kinds of cramping, and you feel like garbage. Plant proteins are wonderful, however, and you can combine them well. Nuts and seeds are a great combo, but I do not suggest too many nuts because they're dense and they are also slow movers. Try to choose only one concentrated food with the meal at a time. A concentrated food is a food without water, like proteins and starches. And nuts, right? So nuts, dried fruits, these are things that take away from the body with hydration, and we really do need hydration. So hydrating foods are the best way to get hydration in the body. Water, yes, but when you start drinking too much water, you're breaking down enzymes in the body. So the best thing to do is have really juicy types of water-dense foods like vegetables, kale, zucchini, different types of vegetables that have a higher water content. Another one would be cucumber, right? So these are all really good for you, and you would do those at the beginning of the meal. And we're not done. And I'm very passionate about this because I really am huge on food combining. Most of my clients who come to me that want to lose weight and they just want to get rid of the bloat, once we start concentrating on the food combining, it's like night and day for them. It really is. And the elimination is much smoother, no pun intended. Always eat your grains and starchy veggies like potatoes, corn, and starch with a non-starchy veggie like broccoli, asparagus, and cucumbers, okay? And we have neutral news here. Your raw, non-starchy veggies are alkaline and non-concentrated. They can be paired with everything. You can also pair these two starches, so it's much easier to digest than proteins. And you can pair your fats with carbs. I know some of these rules kick back on our traditional favorites, right? Like spaghetti and meatballs, that's a protein and a starch. Or lean meat sandwiches, they get kicked to the curb. And I'm telling you, we all grew up like this, right? So, it's just about changing things a little now. It's not that it was wrong and you're going down a bad road as you age, but what I'm saying is if you can make these changes now as your body starts creating less enzymes and enzyme reserve, because this happens as we age, you're doing your body good. You're giving the body a chance to actually not work as hard. And let's face it, it's hard enough. It doesn't need to work extra hard and age faster. Right? So these are all really good tidbits. Again, balance is key. There are so many benefits, like feeling amazing. But of course, even if you decide to embrace food combining, there will be moments when you face non-recommended combos at a party, at a dinner, at a friend's, etc. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just know each best choice serves your body and mind very well. And yes, that's a pun. This is the cool stuff, right? But before we wrap it up, I must mention your digestive clock because it's ticking. Everybody's digestive clock. How quickly foods move through the body is unique. But here's a general rule. Most food will digest in 4 to 12 hours. Fruits sail through the body, and meats take their sweet time. However, some foods, like that big steak dinner, may take a couple of days to exit, and that's really not a good thing for the body. Choose foods rich in minerals, fibers, and vitamins, and eat light to heavy throughout the day. Surprised, right? It's funny, most of my clients, when they hear this, they're thrilled because that's sometimes your biggest battle. Hubby comes home, you want to go out with girls for dinner, and you wind up having more than you had all day. Well, this is good because the good news is that when you go to sleep, your body's going to rest. And I know people think that, I need to be resting, I shouldn't be digesting. But as long as you eat 2 hours before bed, you're in good shape if you're pairing correctly. And then you have the whole next day to work it off. And I don't mean work it off like go exercise and burn it. But what I mean is that your body's digesting. And if you're eating light throughout the day, you're helping the body create enzymes. You're adding in foods that are helping with the digestive process. Maybe you're juicing and you're helping adding in those minerals and all that good stuff. So there's real hope here. And again, like I said, I have clients that are just happy as clams when they hear this. So it may not be what Grandma preached, but there is a good method to this madness. Starting a day with our lightest eating and ending it with our largest meal allows for swift digestion. We get to move the food quickly through our bodies while absorbing nutrition and eliminating all the waste. If you choose the opposite, heavy to light, you will create big, uncomfortable clogs, wasted nutrients, and a tired immune system. If the heavy grub goes down first, everything else gets stuck. And it's kind of a big traffic jam. So give it a try. Life is filled with new food friend requests. Think twice before hitting accept. And on that note, May your digestive tract entertain only the best of friends. Initiate smooth sailing and celebrate immense nutrient absorption. Oh, that was a long one, and I'm sorry because I usually like to keep these podcasts short and sweet, but I am really passionate about this subject, and I really think it's very valuable for everyone to hear. That's a wrap for today. I hope this leaves you with new considerations. I'd love to hear from you all and know what you're thinking. Please comment below or send me an email. My hope is that something I said to you today resonates and has served you. My goal is to help as many women as I can love the body they are in and live the life they love. So thank you so much for being here with me. Come see me at GinaSantangelo.com and grab my complimentary e-booklet, Turning Back the Clock, 7 Secrets to Looking and Feeling 10 Years Younger. Also, I have a great forum on Facebook called Glow. I will post the link below. Feel free to request to join the group. There you will become a part of the Glow community, learn great lifestyle choices, and help you love the body you are in and live the life you love. My heart focus. Until next time, be love.